What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So I have a little discussion video here that is stemming from a concern from one of my audience members. I saw a comment just, I think a few hours ago. One of my audience members said, I'm hesitant to buy this game because I think it's probably going to be repetitive, and that's what I'm waiting for in regard to just seeing reviews and all of the above. So I actually commend that. That second part of the statement is the most important part of your concern to me, because I've always tried my best to disincentivize most of you from buying this game, except some of you are so stubborn, you don't care what I say. You even, because I said it, you bought the collector's edition. Hey, you do what you want. You're already a fan. I can't help you. I can't stop you. There's nothing I can do for you at this point, and that's fine. But if you're on the fence because of these concerns, then I can understand you waiting for reviews. And that's, in my opinion, the best approach to take, because you're not making any preliminary judgments. You're not, on a hype train. You're not on the, so-called other train that's in, depending on the train you are, whatever it is. And so I think that's actually pretty solid. But let me see if I can go ahead and help, put some perspective to this question, because I think it's very important to go ahead and kind of wonder, what kind of repetition are we talking about here? So I remember in the San Diego Comic-Con, Patrick Redding was, basically in an interview talking about some crime activities of some kind. I was trying to search for the interview. I couldn't find it. There's so many of them. They were all broken up into small bits and pieces with different interviewers. And he said some things about, we tried to make the game in the logical way that we could put together a video game where we had these, activities where if you're working on a crime mission or a crime in progress on the side, and that crime in progress was, done and complete, you could not do the exact same crime. Everything else would spawn. And when you went back to the Belfry, or maybe if you died in the middle of a crime solving, whatever, or what, all that stuff, those crimes all, get reset and everything is different in a sense. So what basically he was saying is, for us to create a living world system, we have to be able to make some kind of a, concession where a lot of similar activities will continue to spawn in the map over and over again in different places. Now, it could be that the kinds of crime would change depending on your progress in the game, just like Marvel's Spider-Man. Remember, those of you who played, the moment you introduce, say, Silver Sable's, security company or whatever it is, then you have different activities going on and so on and so forth. It just kind of transforms the game in that sense. So you have an addition of new side missions that continue to go on through the game. So when you say the, word repetitive, I wonder what people mean by that, because we humans are creatures of habits, and, we like repetition. Let me show you guys something. This is quite amazing. So I remember seeing this particular thing here. Someone on Reddit, the Arkham Reddit, they posted and said, after 218 hours of Arkham Knight, I finally got 240% in all 4 save files. This is quite impressive. And I remember being on this Reddit and seeing this and going, man, and at this time I hadn't even done 240% on one account. Now, in contrast to this person, if we look at my Arkham gameplay on Steam, you're going to be quite surprised as to how much I kind of suck at doing this. My Steam stats are showing that right now I have only about 331.8 hours, and I've only done this on one account. So what have I been doing for the remaining, 100 and something hours as compared to this other player? I've been doing the exact same thing over and over again. I've literally sat there and I've just been playing those Arkham, AR challenges for combat. I just go in there and I just punch everybody. I got all 3 stars on everything. Well, almost everything with almost everyone. And so I'm doing repetitive content by myself. You don't even have to make it repetitive. You just have to put it out there. And I think what maybe the biggest concern should be right now is the variation of content that's going to be in Gotham Knights post, your completion of the game. And I think the developers were trying to achieve this and decided to make a more dynamic world where these activities on the side, these rooftop, crime stopping or whatever it is, are dynamic enough so that you can just log into the game and just start doing all that stuff. And then your completion and your progression is kind of tied to that. And then the 100%, the platinum trophies and all of that other achievement strategies that they put in place, you can attain them. So that's, in my opinion, what I think this so-called repetitive content thing is going to feature to an extent. The question now is, you as the gamer, are you okay with that? because there's no need, pretty much whitewashing or, not trying to say out exactly what this game might eventually present. And if the game does anything better than this, little low star, bar that I've set for you guys, then great. And if not, are you okay with it? And I think that's something that we, here in the community have to go ahead and just, put ourselves in a position to say, okay, this is what we're jumping into, because already we see that there's variation. We just saw the rooftop, crime thing. We saw the, vehicle chase, the crime, whatever it is, when you're chasing down one of these trucks that have bad guys in there and then you take it out. So I think there's going to be a variation as to how these are going to be spawning around the world, because this game seems to have had its world structure designed a lot like Marvel Spider-Man. I mean, I just don't see how, they could even deny it. It's like they saw Spider-Man and they were like, we're just going to make a game that is just doing exactly this. And so these are some of the aspects, here that we have to basically pay very close attention to when we're actually evaluating Gotham Knights. So I hope I was able to, provide a little bit of insight as to what we have and what we're going to be seeing, being weaved in and tied into the main story, quest and villain missions and all of the above when the game comes out. This way, you have much of a clear picture and you know exactly what you're getting into. So if that's worth the full price, then make the decision. If that's worth half the price, make the decision. If that's not worth anything to you, make that decision as well. That is your prerogative. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you guys' time and audience, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon. Peace out.